All right, welcome diggers. Today I'm going to have a couple of big reveals as people in the official Discord, the official Deep Vault Digger Discord would know. In fact, let me pop that up here. Why not? Deep Vault Digger. And let's just pop it at the top. Copy. Where's my stream stuff? Alright. Cool. All right. So as the people on the official Discord would know, um, I have a couple of big reveals in this episode. They don't know what the big reveals are, but they will come. Um, and we are now in the final day of the qualification round, so it's not too late to register. We do have a fire sale at the moment. All of the assets, so the NFT season pass, which is now half price. The same with the drill, the Vault Clue unlock, and the premium pickaxe, all half price. Get them now. So I wanted to start today by opening with a correction to one of my earlier videos where I was talking about diamonds and finding diamonds. Um, I said in that video that there was one place which is kind of right on the one of the wall boundaries where you can get dynamite through the door. Said that there was a block that always dropped a diamond. I must have been on like a 10 in a row drop streak or something for that block, because I have since found out that no, it doesn't actually always drop a diamond. But certainly before I recorded that video, I had done a lot of runs and I was getting a diamond there every single time. The nature of random drops. Sometimes you're going to get a run where it happens a lot, and then you're going to get a run where it doesn't happen a lot. Okay. Now there's quite a bit I want to cover uh, today, and before I start properly, there is a bug I just wanted to talk about to do with the boom boulders. They were destroying everybody's tools, and I had to disable them, so I've replaced them with big old boulders. Big old boulders drop and kill you on touch rather than exploding and doing area of effect damage. The boom boulders will be repaired and back in, well, providing I can test them working properly, back in the official championship um, build. But if I can't get them running for some reason, which I should be able to, they were running before, then they'll just stay as they are. So I wanted to begin with my three most favorite, or just sorry, little clips from my three favorite runs so far. These are looking to be probably the three best times in the qualification round. We'll see by the end of the day tomorrow. And I don't want to give away their full strategy, so I don't want to show much of their video entries, but I just wanted to show a couple of little bits of these video entries that I personally liked. So again, I'm not showing too much on these because there are strategies in some of these videos that maybe aren't in my actual videos, so I don't want to give those strategies away. So we will start with the current world record holder. My world record time was officially beaten. So if it is not beaten again, either before the end of the qualification round or in the championship rounds, then that person will get a special NFT minted just for that world record. Doesn't do anything in, you can use in the maker, doesn't unlock anything in game. All right, anyway, here we go. I'm only going to play probably 10, 15 seconds from these, but these are my favorite parts from these videos. Look at that, drops down on 3 diamonds all at once. dodges the boom boulder, and that I especially like. That is in some of my videos, but dodging and that's all I'll show, dodging the fire roaches like that, definitely one of the advantages of dash, and having a premium tool unlocks. So if you can't dash, I mean, I haven't tried sliding with the non-unlocked things, but you can certainly just dash right past them. So that was the part I liked from that one. I've got another entry here. Okay, and this is, I especially like the whole respawn, try and drop down a different biome. So you definitely see this in the videos that I have. But anyway, just that is a strategy that I highly recommend if you are doing it early, or if I mean, you can get lucky, I guess, and you can just like drop in a good place. But right, and the last one. I really like the way this person moves around. They've found some ways to move through the map that I hadn't even found that are very effective. And got the double drop. Look at that. Boom, boom. And then the third one there as well. And that's in a similar place to the other person I showed before. All right. So that covers those ones off. All right, now I also just wanted to show one thing while we're here. You probably would have seen it as I was on the Marketplace tab, but I have now loaded up our season rewards. So I've loaded up the wallet now. This is the 200 USD in sand for the championship round places. So you still have until the end of the day UTC +0 on the 15th of April to register. The way you register is by going to the game page for Default Digger, and all the information is here of what you need to do. You need to complete a successful qualification run, video it, submit that video via the Google form, and if you are in the top 20 times, you will be in the championship round, and then basically payouts happen to anybody that's in the championship round, plus you get some special NFTs. Okay, but yeah, just to prove that the funds are there now. That is the payout sand for the championship round places. I hope people that have already put in the submissions are excited, because you guys have got a really good chance for getting the top spots. I tell you, one person's going to get 75 USD in sand. It's quite a bit. All just for playing a few minutes of a game. It's going to be fun. All right, now the other parts of the topic I want to cover have closed on the device that I was using to keep track of them. So that's wonderful. Next time I will turn off the screen lock. Okay, now the world record reward, that NFT with the furnace, will be minted with a better than common catalyst. Not sure exactly which catalyst just yet, but definitely it won't just be a common catalyst. Okay, now big reveals. I did promise big reveals. So at the end of this episode, I'm going to show how to solve a second one of the riddles in the Hall of Hints, which means you only have a final riddle to unlock. Seeing how I solve the second riddle is going to give you a lot of ideas about the final riddle and how to solve it. And I think probably people will be able to solve the riddle without having to purchase the Vault Clue after they watch this. So also drop a massive hint about the final riddle. And look, with these two things together, I think you're going to be able to solve the Vault combo. So The second reveal I actually already did, and that was to show that the funds were there in Sand for the championship round. Those funds will be paid out, and as I have promised, I'll be guaranteeing a minimum of 50 USD for the Vox Edit competition, which will create the season NFTs that the championship players and the registered players will get, not just championship, but registered players as well. And yeah, I just wanted to really thank everyone and congratulate them on how they've done. This has been a big exploration for me. I had basically been a while since I'd made a game, and I wanted to get another one under my belt, so to speak, and update my portfolio. I started working on this at Christmas, over the Christmas 2 weeks off. Um, when I started working in the sandbox environment again, I just really found it was far more mature and developed than it was before. Very easy to prototype, very easy to rapidly prototype and put things together. And yeah, I've just thoroughly enjoyed it. I've gone through the whole process of the prototyping, the whole marketing side of things, the asset creation, animation, the first sales for me for NFTs, as well as this kind of a structure and the experimentation with this novel idea and this way of doing a speedrunner that's just completely different to any traditional speedrunners that are out there. I wanted to, really see, will this novel idea work? Is it fun to play? Do people enjoy it? I don't want to just make games that people play because they're trying to earn money or make money from it and grind out that process so that they can make money. I want to make games that are fun, and if it's not a fun game fundamentally to play, then I'm not interested. I'll move on to another idea. I have too many of them to count. AI has made it very easy to create GDDs now, so I can, a process that used to take me a substantial amount of time now takes almost no time at all. I just got to, you know, say the ideas that I have and then flesh it out as I go, and voila, I've got another idea to work on for a project. um, so yeah, look, it's been amazing. As I've kind of said from the start, this is really a test for me of, is it a viable project? And if it's not, cool, I'll move on. I've learned heaps throughout this project process. I've matured a lot in terms of my knowledge and skills and understanding of the whole process end to end. So I'm good either way. But yeah, if at the end of this process, if it's not a game that's been fun for people to play, and or even been a game that they've been interested in even playing, right? Because it's another thing, is it even something that you want to try to play in the first place, regardless of if it's fun to play or not when you're playing it. Um, and if the answer to that is no, then that will be the end of the project. And this is the final episode for Dig School. Dig School is something that was only intended on running during the qualification rounds. By the end of the qualification round, my expectation was that the players are all advanced players and know what they're doing, so I don't really need to continue with that. If we continue with the project, then I would basically build out the scenes and make them look amazing, like all of the other top games from the UGC community and from the partners are. It was so much fun during S7 and seeing the different ways which things could be put together. My one big thing, Sandbox, is I really hope you fix the AI, NPC AI pathing, the nav mesh waypointing, and the way that they move around. Some people, very few, have been able to do it successfully with the current tool set. Most people have, everything else is just amazing, and then the NPC AIs just look crap, and it just brings the whole game down to a poor level when everything else in that game might be absolutely perfect and top notch. So that's why I also didn't really use NPCs in this other than the fire roaches, because in my testing I found that the fire roach could detect the player, move towards the player quite effectively, and blow up when they got close enough to the player. I could just trigger a simple walk animation to start. I didn't need to do anything too complex, and it looked good. Like, it looked fine, and it will kind of follow you and do stuff, right? And I tried the FPS template, which is what I used to build this whole thing originally, and the AI from the NPCs, I just wasn't interested. Just was going to bring my game down to a lower level than what I was going to get the game to, or what I planned to get it to. So anyway, um, we now have, so that's what I'll cover on that. We now have 1 week to go until the championship round starts. So I'll just quickly explain that. Again, you have less than 24 hours now to register for the championship round, and get your submissions in. There are still slots in the top 20. So pretty much if you're thinking about joining and you join and just submit a run, there's a pretty good chance that you're going to make it through the championship round. The lower places are not going to get much, but you'll still get a couple of bucks of USD worth of sand for not really having to do very much at all. And then you'll help me to know whether or not I should continue working on this project or move on to the next one. So the championship round slots, I'll work with each person. They will be given a 30-minute window. I will be loading into the game something specific for that person's run. I will also be making some small, subtle modifications around paths that the player has to go through in that run to get from the entry through to the vault. I'm not going to be telling people obviously what they are. It's mandatory for the championship round that the person is either live streaming the run or that they record the run from the loading of the game, or the entry level before you've gone from the very start level through to the vault, and once they're in the vault and the timer has stopped and they've hit victory. The timer stops when you get to the vault, but I want to see it all the way through to that victory hit. And I will be watching each of those runs, and I'll be looking to make sure that I'll probably put just initials or something for their name when it's their run, that is in the start bay when they start, because if that's not in the experience, then their time slot had finished. They have to have started their run before the end of that time slot, so they can restart as many times as they want to. They can also submit as many runs as they want to within that time slot. No, sorry, you can't. Sorry, it was a single run. My bad. Single complete run. Sorry. Restart as many times as you want to in that 30-minute window, right? But they have to have started the run already, and the restart once the underdeep barrier. Sorry, not once the underdeep barrier has unlocked. Sorry, I've forgotten a part of this and I didn't put it in my notes. All right, sorry. So here's what I'm going to do. My apologies for the confusion there. I will cover the exact rules of how the run works in a post that I'll send out at the start of the championship round that will clarify exactly how the run works. I won't try to do it now because then I'm going to go sort of backwards and forwards and chop things up and it will get really confusing. But I will release all of that official information outside of the live stream via official X post and via a Medium post as well. But basically, you will get a slot. I'll work with the person on the time slot that they want. They'll complete the run within that time slot. There'll be things in the game for that experience during that slot that will help me identify that it is a valid run and that no haven't tried to cheat using AI or other methods, hacking, whatever it might be. And then that run gets submitted. And then basically it's just ranked from fastest run down, and the type of timer that's on it. There shouldn't be a draw. If there is somehow a draw, I'll just split first place between the two people, and then the B can be second and third. But yeah, it's I don't think you could possibly do it if you tried. Like if you really, really tried to coordinate and get the same, I don't actually think you could, because it's got two decimal places in the timer. Okay. Anyway, so that's all about to happen. Very exciting stuff. I can't wait to see it. If anyone is able to live stream it, I hope they will be okay with me commentating on their run. I would love to commentate on the run if they're able to do it live. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Regardless, it's going to be interesting, and there's someone's going to get 75 USD, someone's going to get 50 USD, and someone's going to get 25 USD. And Sand first, second, third, fourth to 20th will get a split of what remains. But it's a pretty big, decent amount for what is a run that's going to be like 3 minutes or 4 minutes probably if it's in the championship round. Could be sub 2 minutes. It could be a world record that's better than I think 2:53 or something. Sorry, 1 minute 53. Okay, Vox Edit Comp. That's the last thing I wanted to cover off. So with the Vox Edit Comp, we will be looking to get, I'm going to use an in-game NFT for the season pass. It's not season pass, for the season participation NFT. So anyone who was a registered entrant, you don't have to have gone through the qualification or anything like that, but you have to have been to the championship round. You do have to have entered and registered. They will get an in-game NFT that I'll mint for them. I will use the Vox Edit competition to create first, second, and third place NFT badges. And the people that are registered get to vote. So there'll be a $50 USD and Sand prize pool that will be split between the winning entrants for first, second, and third. Whoever, and they will be the same as the rankings in that competition. So basically, first, second, and third will go to the thing. We'll actually put the numbers on them later. So in the Vox Edit comp, you won't need to put first, second, or third. You just make the base for the NFT badge, and then we will add first, second, or third later based on the voting and who gets first, second, and third. First, second, and third will pay out differently, with first obviously paying out more of the 50 USD Sand prize pool. Anyway, there'll be more on that very soon. As the championship round closes out, I will release the official posts to do with the Vox Edit competition, because I'll know whether or not it's the 50 USD in Sand minimum that I'm guaranteeing, or if there have been some sales from the marketplace, and we've been able to have more than the 50 USD in Sand in that Vox Edit prize pool. So 100% of any sales for the season are going back into that Vox Edit competition. All right. So that pretty much covers everything for that. I'm now going to do the solving the extra riddle and give away a whole bunch here in the Hall of Hints. Just bear with me while I start up the game quickly. Move the feeds over. It should be on the game capture. Is it going to work on that one? It's probably not. I have to launch it. All right, it'll work on that one. Okay. Now it needs to be that one. That should do it. Okay, Hall of Hints. So I have already created a video about the Hall of Hints. It's on my YouTube page, as well as being in the official Deep Vault Digger Discord channel, which you can find pinned to this Twitch stream. Okay, let's go in and show you. Okay, so I'm not going to cover everything about how the Hall of Hints and how the riddles work. If you are interested in seeing that, go and check out the earlier video where I really cover off the first Hall of Hints riddle and give away a lot, really. So, the Hall of Hints. I am just going to straight up show how to solve this one. Won't do it in game, I'll just do it in here. So, which one am I? I'm going to give away this one here. So that is this one here. Okay, one sec. Which one is it? Sorry. Riddle 1, okay. All right. I will show you. I'm just going to read the riddle first. I'm not in game and I can't remember off the top of my head what it was, so we're just going to have a look. So that's the lucky chance. So anyone, and there was one of the submission videos that had the lucky chance ending. There's only a 20% chance of getting it. Riddle 1, here we go. Just going to take it out of here because I need to read it. Okay, so riddle 1 is, I'm taken from a mine and shut up in a wooden case from which I'm never released, and yet I'm used by almost every person. What am I? Now, again, like easy enough to solve that using Google or using AI. The answer is a pencil lead. So it's lead that's in a pencil. Now, again, there are different meanings and things in here to distract you, but riddle 1 is a pencil lead. Hey, now, if we were going through here, what you would see is you would see that, oh, I'm going to have to do it now. Should have just done this in the first place, I guess, because it's hard to visualize. Okay. Alright, so just to back up what I was saying, taken from a mine, shut up in a wooden case from which I'm never released, and yet I'm used by almost every person. Pencil lead. Okay, see, you go past here, and that was the only pencil that I could find in the assets. And when I was prototyping this, I wasn't making my own stuff. I was just using whatever I could find that looks similar. So that's supposed to be a trigger that, hey, it's a pencil. He's probably not using a pencil. He's probably, that's probably like a Japanese paintbrush thing or something, whatever. So there could be multiple ways that you could derive a number from this area, and you don't even know if it's him or if it's that or if it's that. It could be anything around here. Now, the trigger was that he goes here, so it's from me like, hey, this is something odd, and it's a pencil. And it's not actually him, so it's not the numbers on, it's not the number of those things or anything else. It's the thing that he's taking the notes on, which is this painting. And the way you derive a number from this particular, well, there's again heaps of ways you can derive a number from this painting, but the way I derived it for the riddle is it's the number of gradients in the background from that circle. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you look up in the very corners, there's a 5th gradient. So from the middle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gradients. And so the number derived from riddle 1 is or not from riddle 1, but the number derived from the object that riddle 1 belongs to is 5. The number from the riddle itself is 1. It was riddle number 1. 5 plus 1 is 6. Okay, so the number that we want is 6. We now need to apply the multiplier. Now, you can do this by one of two ways. There's actually nothing, the way that you see or that you match riddle 1 to this is not really very obvious. It's lead becomes lead. So if you change how you say or how you use the word lead, lead as in the metal, is it a metal? the mineral, whatever it is, lead is in the pencil lead, you can use that word lead and turn it into lead, as in I'm leading someone. This face here is the one that's leading on the totem. It's the one that's facing forward or leading. That's one way. That's the kind of decrypted way to work it out. The other way that you could do it is just by deduction, because these other two are obvious. That's the one that I've already covered off in my earlier video. And then this one, oh no, sorry. This is the one I already covered off in my earlier video, my bad. And then so if you had worked out this one and this one, then by deduction, you would know that that's the only one remaining. Okay, so for this one, we have almost one you can't see, a 0 here, and then 2 obvious zeros in the eyes. So we have 3 zeros. So 6 plus 3 zeros is 6,000. So the second number that you need to work out is 6,000. So that means that if you watch the first video, you'll know that the first number was 600. So 6,000 plus 600 is 6,600. So there is one final number that you need to work out from the remaining riddle. That remaining riddle is riddle number 2, which is over here. And if you can work out riddle number 2 and you can work out the number, okay, it's keys but I can't open locks, but a space but no room, and you can enter but not leave, right? So if you can work out that one and work out the number for it and add it to 6,600, then you pop it into the combo code, okay, and maybe you've got it. So was it 6,000? So 6,600. Well, it's not bad, is it? It's something else, some other number, but you need to work out what that is. I'm not going to give you the answer. Okay. All right. So, oh, where did my picture go? Jeez. Just turn off my webcam. Oh, it's hidden behind it. There you go. I'm not sure why. Let's. Wait, 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 wait. Do that one, I guess. Cool. All right, so that is Dig School episode 9, the final episode. Again, a massive thank you to everybody who has helped and supported and played and given me feedback. Really, for me, the most valuable thing here is feedback. I don't care if people don't register or enter or whatever the situation might be, if they don't like the game, but if you can tell me why you don't like the game, then it helps me make decisions on if I continue or if I move on to something else. I don't want to keep building something that no one wants to play. I want to move through ideas until I can find something that works and that's enjoyable and that other people get enjoyment from, because I love building games. So it's not just about my enjoyment. It's sure, I enjoy building it, but if no one's ever going to play it, what's the point, right? So anyway, thanks very much for your support, your help, for the Sandfam that rated my Twitch stream on the Eon Game Jam the other night. That was awesome. Thanks very much. Appreciate you all. Cheers.